Hi, welcome to another video from BFS Wargaming. It's Patrick here, and I'm here with another Warhammer chat to discuss the upcoming things that are happening. So we're going to start off with talking about updated codexes. So obviously we've had the Heretic Astartes updated codex 2.0 if you like. So we've also got the upcoming White Dwarf, which is going to have Inari updated rules. I feel like this hopefully should bring a bit of balance to the Inari. I think that's probably what GW will be going for, because I feel like GW have tried a lot to balance the game, and if they feel that Inari, the rules aren't balanced, then maybe that is a way of fixing it. But we'll have to wait and see what they come out with. I know they're getting like 17 new stratagems, they're getting 6 warlord traits, 6 relics, 6 new powers. So it may just make them stronger. Who knows? Who knows? So other than that, I was going to talk about codexes that I feel need to be renewed or updated, sorry. So one is Grey Knights. I think the stratagems are too expensive in the Grey Knight Codex. I think they need to do something with... They're sort of a psych army, but they're a bit limited on mortal wounds. Maybe they need to do something. I don't think everything should be doing just normal smite, because I think that would be too strong. But something, maybe HQs or something like that. And then I feel like something needs to be done with, are they going Primaris, are they not? If they're not, they need to be made better. The Terminators need to be better. So they need to really sort of address that and look at that. But I'll talk about Terminators in a second, because I feel like there might be something coming for Terminators. So then after that, I feel like if we're sort of looking at the codexes that I feel need changing, not necessarily really early ones, but I feel need a bit of help. Maybe the Dark Angels Codex could be looked at. But then I feel like Space Marines is definitely going to have... there's going to be something coming for Space Marines. I think it was Kirioth. I watched the video on Kirioth. It was Kirioth earlier saying about... There's a rumour about Rogal Dawn returning, which I think is quite feasible. And then having a new codex with Imperial Fists. I don't know if that will happen. I can see a new Space Marine codex with loads of new Primaris stuff and Rogal Dawn in it. I can't... I mean, I'm not... Maybe they will, but maybe they'll bring out an Imperial Fist codex, but they'd have to bring out some pretty unique units, I feel, to do that. And I feel like at the moment they just need to bring out Primaris units for Space Marines generally. But that's, I feel, is definitely coming. But the other ones that I felt like needed to be looked at was Necrons. They're obviously struggling still, and I feel like they just need a few data sheet changes, a few points changes, just to make them that little bit better, and make them a little bit more competitive. I think also the Demons Codex needs updating, because now we've had quite a few new models, few data sheet changes. I feel like Slanesh now with the new models is the perfect time to do like a revamp for the Demon Codex. Obviously I know they're getting their battle tome in Age of Sigmar. It looks like they're going to get some cool rules in there. I've only seen a few at the moment, but looks like they're going to get some cool rules, and I feel like I'm sure they will get some cool rules for their new models in 40k, but I feel like the whole army in 40k, the whole Slanesh as a pure demon army needs to be looked at. Relics need to be looked at. Warlord traits need to be looked at. Stratagems need to be looked at. Definitely psychic powers need to be looked at. And maybe giving them some more army-wide abilities. Like I feel like Slanesh being so weak, and I know they're meant to be glass cannons, but you know, give them all -1 to hit from ranged weapons or something. Something that can just keep them alive so they can get into combat. Not all of them, but some of them. You know, things like that I feel could really, really help. So going on from that, obviously talking about demons and Slanesh models. Obviously the new models look fantastic. You got Shalaxi Hellbane, the new Keeper of Secrets. You've got that mirror thing with the 2 demonettes either side of it. Can't wait to see what that does. Looks fantastic. You've got the terrain piece, which is another mirror looking thing with the Keeper of Secrets head coming out. You've got the new mask. You've got the new Demon Prince with Herald on which I can't remember his name, Eski something. So yeah, it looks really, really good. Can't wait to see all the rules for them in 40k. I think it's going to be fantastic, and I'm definitely going to be buying them all to join the rest of my Slanesh army. And then hopefully you'll see that on the channel soon. Then the other thing I wanted to talk about is the big FAQ 3. So recently I filled out the, obviously as we know the big FAQ is late, they said it was going to be a month late, and now it's later than I thought it was going to be, because I feel like they maybe went to Adepticon, maybe they saw some stuff and they thought, oh, this needs to be changed, that needs to be changed, so they've delayed it a bit, which I'm all fine with, because I want things to be balanced. I want them to bring balance. And I'm really happy that GW continue to try and balance the game, and I think it's great. So I filled out the survey. I've also sent them an email. Not that I think this is going to affect the big FAQ 3, but I've also sent them an email with just some of my thoughts and feelings. They may read it, they may not. They may read it and think he doesn't know what he's talking about, or they may read it and think, yep, we're already doing it, which I'm sure most of the things I ever email them, they probably already know about, and they're probably already doing it. But it's always good. Send them an email if there's something you think's a bit broken or you think needs help. Send them an email, and you know, the more emails they get saying that one thing, the more likely they are to look at it. So Terminators, I feel like there's something coming for Terminators across the board, for Heretic Astartes, for Space Marines. I just feel like Terminators are going to get some sort of buff, because I can't see that they've made the Havoc's toughness 5 and left the Terminators at toughness 4 and the same profile. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And although the beta rule has made Terminators a lot better, they're still well off. Other than sort of like Blight Lords and the Scarab Occult Terminators, the others are just, they're not worth taking. So admittedly they've got better, but I feel like they might be putting them up to 3 wounds a piece for all Terminators. I think that could make a big difference. Although I'm not sure if they're waiting for Primaris Terminators to come out, if they're bringing them out. So it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do along the Terminators line. But I feel like there might be something about that in the bigger FAQ 3. It's something that definitely could be in there. And then obviously, have they gone to Adepticon? Have they seen some stuff that they feel needs sorting? Are they going to make an adjustment to soup lists? I've heard some interesting things about people saying that they feel like if you play a pure codex, you should get some sort of benefit from it. Or if you soup, you should get some sort of penalty. So maybe if you take a soup list, such as Imperial Guard and Knights, maybe half the command points, or whatever rule they come up with, whatever it may be. Or maybe if you play a pure codex, they might give you 3 extra command points, you know, double your battle forge points or something like that. I think that could be a cool idea. It would encourage people to play pure codexes more, and stop the soup so much, because I think, as we all know, if you play soup, it's generally going to be better because you can cross codexes and make things very strong, such as taking a Supreme Command attachment, as I played the other day. The back reps up. I played against a Supreme Command attachment of Craftworld and Drukhari. Those two mixed together is disgusting. It's really, really hard to play against, and it's a really good combination, and it's very strong. But if there was a penalty to taking that, or a buff to taking Pure Codex, would they think, actually, I'm going to take Pure Drukhari because I get an extra 3 command points? Would that stop them taking Supreme? Maybe not. If they got half their command points for taking that, maybe that would make a big difference. So, yeah, maybe something like that could come out. I'm just spitballing here. I have no idea if that's going to be in there or if anything about soups happening at all, because I think they're not too bothered about soup. Helps them sell models, I think. Yeah, but then just generally, is there going to be any points balancing? I mean, in the survey, there was talk of, well, they asked you how often you want them to balance points and things like that. So I think, because at the moment they're doing it once a year. In my opinion, for me, that's not enough. They need to be doing it every 6 months minimum. I think every 6 months, so once in the big FAQ, once in the chapter approved, perfect. I think if you can keep balancing and making the game better and more enjoyable for everyone that plays it, because you're not playing an army that's like, oh, this army's just not good enough against that army. Don't get me wrong, you're always going to get armies that are stronger against certain armies and weaker against others. And that should be like that because when you have this many different rules for this many different armies, that's going to happen. But you should still be able to balance them so it's not like every time you play that certain army you lose. That should never be like that. You should always have a chance to beat an army. So I think that's quite that could be quite cool. The more points balancing, more rules balancing. I'm expecting to see a couple of beta rules in there, something, you know, again, to balance the game, make it better. I love what they've done with Chapter Approved with the missions, so it wasn't such a disadvantage for going second. I think it now really evened up the game. I love what they've done. But yeah, they are my thoughts on the things that have come out, what's coming, few predictions in there for you, and what I feel should happen in 40k. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, bye.